superstitions come from, but did these things actually happen? I mean, if the baby's fingernails were cut, did this actually happen when the kid got to be a certain age? Or if I changed my slippers on my wedding night, did such and such and such a thing occur? I just wonder how many people actually challenge these beliefs to say, you know what, they were irrational.
Sure.
And perhaps I need to rethink what I'm doing in my life that makes me be able to move forward and have the success in my life I want.
Sure. Now here's another one that's very interesting. Never beat animals during your pregnancy, or your baby will be born very hairy.
Oh wow.
Yep, that's one.
I've never heard that one.
Yep.
There's one in here. If you dream of fish, someone is pregnant. I've heard of that one before.
Yep. If you have your mouth open while conceiving your baby, you will give birth to a girl.
I'm not even going to.
I haven't heard that one either. I only know they only talk about if the stomach is high or the stomach is low, they determine whether it's a girl or a boy, but I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I've not heard that.
Yeah.
Your mouth is open. Whose mouth is open?
It just says
father or the mother.
It doesn't say whose mouth. Somebody's mouth is open.
Be specific about. You can't be just slinging superstitions out here. I don't know if it's the man or the woman. I got to know about.
Okay, so why do we need superstitious ideas? Why do we really need them? That's the question. What is it why? Is it the control that we need? Is it because it reduces our stress and anxiety because we feel like that gives us a sense of control of whatever it is we're worried or concerned about or challenged by?
It makes you wonder, because if you're going around trying to not step on a crack, that's going to give you stress.
Yeah.
If you're walking on it, you're looking down trying to figure out where you're going and trying to make sure you're not splitting that pole. That seems like that's giving you more stress.
And it's the same. I mean, a lot of the different things that we've grown up. But again, what we're hearing is probably different things that have been passed through the generations, and people believe them.
Well, here's one that we always hear, and either with death or bad luck. They said bad luck comes in threes.
Yes, we have.
Oh, death. Right. I've heard that.
Yep.
And I think I continue to think about that when I hear, because I had a friend die today, and I was thinking to myself, okay, will there be 2 other people die? Yes.
Yep. So that's one that you didn't tell us about, Doc. You holding out on us.
What about?
Oh, I did. I forgot about that today. Yes.
Here's one that everybody knows that we used to hear so much is commonplace. Knock on wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
And we really don't know if it worked, because we're knocking on wood that's really not wood, so we wouldn't even know.
I know. We have to find the wood first. Yeah.
We have to find the wood.
Close to the fingernails, Chief. Apparently, it's bad luck to trim your finger or toenails after dark, at least according to superstitions in Turkey, India, and South Korea.
I'm glad I go get my feet done.
Claims a premature death historically.
And it's during the day, Shannon.
Yeah, that's in the day.
Oh, 12 in the day, 12 noon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad I get my feet done.
And that's the other thing. We need to think, not only do we have generational superstitions passed on, but because we are a multiracial country, they're bringing some of these superstitions into our country and passing them on as well. So we actually can learn some of the superstitious behavior from other countries, other nations. And then when we have these intermarriages, that is another way to pass on some of these things. And so I don't think that we necessarily rid ourselves of them, because we continue to share them generation to generation.
Chief, another one, don't put your purse on the ground.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Now, everybody who I know who does that, who says, I can't put my purse on the ground.
Your prayers?
Your purse. Don't put your purse on the ground, because you'll be broke.
You'll be broke. But guess what? Everybody who I know who got their purse up off the ground is broken in the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
They are
Doesn't
broke.
matter where your purse
That
is. It
doesn't
can
work.
be on your shoulder and you still broke, okay?
They could throw their purse out the window and they couldn't be no more broke. Then, I mean, it's like, I got pick it off the ground. Get off the. I mean,
Maybe put it on the ground.
I've had people knock people down to get their purse off the ground.
Don't set my purse. Yeah, my grandmother used to tell me that all the time.
Yep.
Never set your purse on the ground.
Don't toast with water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that's about. Wow, that's clearly people who like liquor.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Don't toast with water. The tales derive from a Greek myth where the spirits of the dead would drink the water from the river and what river Lethe, Lethe, the goddess of the river of forgetfulness that would cause the spirit to forget its earthly past before it passed to the underworld. So don't toast with water for forgetfulness, I guess, if you're in Greece. Birds flying into your home. That ain't superstition. That's bad hygiene.
That's just nasty. Yeah, that's nasty.
That's evidently if a bird flies into your home, Alfred Hitchcock's ghost is going to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what that superstition is.
That's right.
Bird flying in your house, you need to fix something. Something's not working well in your home.
Well, shame on you for leaving your door open. You know,
Correct.
I mean, really?
Correct.
What about opening an umbrella in your house?
Oh yeah,
I've heard that too.
I've heard that one.
That's supposed to be bad luck.
Now we did it because our pipes were leaking.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
Yeah, at that point,
Sometimes you have to do it because it's a wise thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing to do with the superstition of it.
That's right.
And
somebody who put their purse on the ground and they didn't have enough money to fix the roof and the water.
That's right.
And the cat walked across them.
Yep. And they had to, and they were late.
And a woman walked in your front door after New Year's before a man did.
Yep.
That's a lot.
And then I met her and I took her to dinner on the 13th floor, and that didn't work out. You know, so. And then I ran over a black cat.
How did you find the 13th floor? Because somehow you must have gone between floors that we don't know about.
That's right.
That's right.
And we gotta fit you in a parallel universe.
I was wondering why the restaurant was so cheap.
Yeah, that's because you're the only one dining on that floor, sir.
You know,
all of these superstitious thoughts. Oh my goodness! Can you imagine trying to live by these superstitious thoughts? I think that this is stressful enough. Just trying to make sure that I don't step on the crack or open my umbrella in the house, or make sure that I have the bridal bouquet, or I throw rice at the wedding, or I think that it's really hard to try to live by some of these things that we believe will help us have more control over our lives. And so superstitious thoughts can be you can actually make some very irrational decisions based on your belief of some of these irrational thoughts.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing about it, they're not going anywhere, and people do it every day. For example, I can guarantee you that out of all of the teams in the NCAA tournament, that a lot of them have their pregame rituals that they're going through right now. You know, whatever that is. You know, whether it's chanting their school song or rubbing the basketball or whatever. That's going on. You look at the sports teams, as we talked about earlier, that have their routine because, when we do these things, it kind of works in our favor. Even some of the fans. I mean, how many of you have friends say, oh, I have to wear my Lucky Raven socks because every time I wear these socks, the Ravens win.
What is with you in these socks?
What'd you say? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not going on with the socks.
That's right. I'm asking for a friend.
Itchy palm. Good luck.
Wash your hands.
And but we take superstitions to even a further extent, because sometimes we give rise to not only things that we're saying, but even objects or certain places that we believe are cursed, and so we won't do certain behaviors or go certain places. I think that we can really go beyond rational thinking when we start thinking about specific items or places that are cursed and not go or indulge in. So I think that there's a lot to consider when you're trying to figure out where you are in life. But what we pass on to others in our lives, I'm really concerned about, whether they really make sense from the rational side of life, and whether they are really causing the kinds of success that we want to see happen, or the hope in our lives, or that we are able to meet challenges in life. But we have these irrational beliefs that maybe cause us to hang on to something that may not give us the power or the choices that we have to succeed.
Sure. Wow. Well, Doc, as always, we really appreciate you helping us out this evening, because and again, we are all guilty of doing certain things because of superstition, and we've all done it, whether it's, rubbing your head or rubbing your knee or whatever that thing is that makes us feel like we're going to be successful if we do it. We even talked about some very strange ones that we've heard. And, for example, we know that Sophisticated Shannon runs away from the bouquet whenever it's thrown.
Yeah. You can also think about whether it's going to rain or not, because if anything starts aching, that it might rain, huh?
Oh, that's real stuff right there.
What you say? That's real stuff.
That's real stuff right there.
That's just arthritis.
That's it. Whatever you call it.
That's not a superstition. No, that's for real, huh?
That's real stuff.
A medical condition.
That's it. That's real stuff. We have to stick with that.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, we really appreciate it as always. And we said, oh, wait a minute. We also have to.
You're out of contract. You're so out of contract already.
We so got it in just before the show ended. So we're obligated to do that, Dr. Wakefield, by contract. Shannon has to hear a theme song that we don't own the rights to at least 3 times.
Thank you so much for letting me indulge in this conversation with you. I think it's an interesting area that we need to look at, even in our own personal lives and the people that we interact with in our circle of friends and family. Please. So be well, be safe, and watch those superstitions, huh?
Absolutely. And also, Dr. Wakefield, you have a domestic violence seminar coming up. Did you want to shout that out real quick?
I do. We want to talk about, on April the 7th, we are working with this wonderful organization called the Nevada Minority Health and Equity Coalition.
Now who's we?
We meaning Delta Sigma Theta and some other people. It's a committee of people. I mean, we have a lot of different organizations that have joined this, joined the Nevada Minority Health and Equity Organization. And so some of us, not everyone, but some of us, for example, the UNLV Public Health, and Delta Sigma Theta, of course, and I'm trying to think of another organization that has joined that will help us put on this particular webinar. We are going to talk on April the 7th at 6:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock. We're going to be talking about domestic violence through the lens of the law during this pandemic. And we want to we've talked a lot, and I think a lot of people are talking about the pandemic right now from different perspectives. And so, of course, I do a lot of things in the community as it relates to domestic violence, and so I'm taking it to another platform. But we're going to have this discussion and just kind of help folks make sure that they understand the kinds that it may be changing as it relates to the law, how it affects what's going on. If some of the incidences, some of the domestic violence challenges, I don't know that all the people that go to the hospital are necessarily there for COVID. Maybe they're there for domestic violence. We also know that, it's different now that we are in enclosed areas and we don't have, we're there with the person who is part of our problem as it relates to domestic violence.
Sure.
And how when we have the law enforcement involved. So we want to look at some of these issues that as we're addressing domestic violence.
Awesome.
We know that Nevada ranks high
Sure.
in domestic violence in the nation, and so we want to keep talking about it.
Awesome. And,
question before you go, Dr. Wakefield, do you have any guest speakers that's going to be on Stomp?
This one is not Stomp.